This is the B-side, B-side, B-side. The marriage. This is the B-side, B-side, B-side. The marriage.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the B-Side of Marriage podcast. I am your host, Rashonda, and this is my husband and co-host,
Jason.
And here at the B-Side, we talk about everything related to marriage. The good, the bad, the real,
the A, and the B-side.
So, if you're tuning in on YouTube, please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Or if you're listening on any of the audio platforms, please be sure to follow and review.
And if you're following us on Facebook, follow us at The B-Side of Marriage. And on Instagram, it's at B-Side of Marriage.
Okay. Let's begin with our first segment where we share an A or B-side moment from the week.
Oh, okay. For me, I don't know if it was a B-side. I'm going to say it was a B-side moment. Let's say a B-side moment.
Okay.
So, I want these kids to go back to school. That's why I'm sorry. It's like, it's. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but the kids seem like they're annoying each other now.
They are annoying each other.
Like they're annoying each other, and it's like, we keep telling them, go outside. So it's like, okay, yeah, you need to go back with your friends in school. And not so much, I'm not saying they need to go back to school because they need to be with teachers. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they need to be around other kids themselves, around their age, because y'all fighting each other all the time. Makes no sense. So that's mine.
Yeah, well, what's funny is mine was also similar to that. I'll put a slightly different spin on it. So when we start back to school, we will be having, now we'll have kids at 2 different schools.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my B-side. I'm not looking forward to this. We have to figure out 2 separate morning routines. Well, actually, just for them. Yeah, they'll need 2 different morning routines. Making sure everybody's got all their things. So that is my B-side. I'm not looking forward to having to, basically it's another transition. It's another transition.
on top of all the ones we have.
To be able to have a kid in junior high, and then 2 in elementary. And the junior high, has already started, back to school activities and stuff. So one of their things is that they want kids to be organized themselves, and take more responsibility, which I am all on board as long as my child learns how to become organized. And that's where I'm concerned. So not really, I mean, I want them to, I feel like they need to go back to school. I feel like, although we didn't really have any plans for this summer, but I feel like they are to the point where it's okay, what is the next thing for us to do? So they need to go back and they need to have their own friends and have, homework and they need to have their own things to do.
Yeah.
Outside of annoying each other. But at the same time, I just, oh gosh, what else am I now going to have to take on because back in school?
Gotcha.
So that part I'm not looking forward to.
All right. So the next segment we go to is the P2P share, where we share something that we're listening to, watching, or even reading from the week. So you can start with you.
I have nothing.
Okay.
I don't have anything because I've been in back to school prep.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then also too, on the last episode, I think we were talking about how we had a party for our oldest. Mm-hmm. Well, our youngest birthday is also in August.
You gonna say October?
I was about to say October because he's been running around talking about his birthdays in October.
It's taking forever.
Yeah.
It's in October. No,
Yes.
that's not your birthday, dude.
But it is in August.
Yeah.
And so having 2 birthdays right before the start of school is just, it's a little chaotic. So,
okay.
So yeah.
So, I guess mine is, and I don't know if it's watching, but I'll be honest with you, I was against getting VR stuff. I was so against it because I didn't want the kids to just be on this VR all the time. And let me tell you, we got it for our son.
Oh, what a time.
And what a time I had, boy. Woo. I'm playing this Iron Man game, and I feel like I'm Iron Man. Like, if I did not want to take, and like I said,
life.
Growing up, we used to play Madden, so we didn't want to give up the sticks. If you're winning, you don't want to give the sticks up. I didn't want to. Like I said, I was playing this game. I didn't want to give him up. And he's like, "You gonna keep playing?" Yeah, I think I played that thing for like 2 hours straight.
It was a minute.
So, yeah, that's what's like. I don't know if that's a watch. I don't know, but that's, like I said, that's gonna be my share. So if that's something that you like,
if you consider
it's, it was fun. It's definitely fun to be able to be in VR, and it's crazy. It's crazy, You just gotta try it.
I haven't played yet, but hopefully.
Yeah, when she plays it, she's gonna be the same. I think she could be the same way.
Yeah, I just haven't had time to do it, but yeah, we'll see.
So, what are we gonna talk about today, then?
We're gonna talk about why get married.
Like the movie?
No, that was Why Did I Get Married?
Oh.
But no, like, I think that there's a lot of negative connotations as well as misguided connotations around marriage.
Okay.
So I kind of want to share our love story, like, not our love story, but like kind of a piece of our love story.
Okay.
And why we chose to get married, and talk about what marriage is not.
Okay. Okay.
Just kind of have a conversation around it, because too often I know people get caught up in like, oh, I have to be married by this age. I need to have, kids by this, whatever. Like, we put all these like requirements and goals on ourselves. And I just kind of want to talk about it from our perspective, because I did not want to get married. And want to talk through
I came
why
around.
I did. And I guess also too, like, what, as you can see, I just kept going. And also just talk about what marriage is.
Okay.
And kind of dispel some of the, I don't want to say myths about it, but just like the common thoughts about it, I guess.
Okay.
So, oftentimes when people talk about, like, they knew that person was the one, they were like, either they were just so in love, or that God told them directly or through a dream that this was their spouse. Mm-hmm. So, how did you know, one, that you were ready to get married, and then two, that I was supposed to be your spouse?
I knew I was ready to get married because I guess I would say like the work that I did prior to us meeting. Okay. I had a very bad breakup with somebody I was with for a while, and it really had me thinking about, how do I not so much make myself whole, but how do I rebound from this? And not in an aspect whereof I need somebody else to fill what my ex had, That's not what it was. It was more about me being able to know my self-worth, who I am, and that was even during the time where I started to, get closer with God and stuff like that. So, I was doing the work prior to even us being together. And for me, I was never the type that I would close myself off to love, because the way I guess I've always looked at it is, love is out there. It's just you have to be ready to receive it when it shows your face to it. So that was kind of like how I always looked at it. And so when I met Shonda, I guess our first long conversation, I proposed to her right away. Like I literally was like, yeah, will you marry me? And part of it, I was joking, but part of it, I was serious because, just how much we clicked, and even just when we didn't, I would say we didn't click, when we didn't agree, it wasn't like us not agreeing was a negative thing. It was just, again, it was us being two different people getting understanding of one another. So it was really good. And then you said, when did I know you?
When did you know that I was supposed to be your wife?
Honestly, it was God. Because like I said, I've said it. I think we said it in one of the podcasts before, that for me, it was, God kept telling me to move. And he kept telling me I need to move to Houston. But during this time, I was with her, and he kept telling me, so the first time I was like, whatever. And then it was just like more and more as, more and more as we started to, have our long distance relationship, I was like, okay, there's something about this girl. And I was like, I need to do something. And it wasn't like I was trying to rush our relationship. It was just, I just felt like God kept telling me I need to move. And I'm just like, why would he tell me to move there? And I really don't know nobody. But then I'm with this woman. I don't mean in a negative. I don't mean, yeah, and then I'm with this beautiful woman, put it that way, sorry. And then it was just like, when the second time God told me, it was like, that's when I was like, I got the ring. And then I still didn't believe I need to move, because I still was like, we're just gonna keep doing this long distance. And then it was that third time, he was like, I need you to go. And that's when I made the decision. It's like, time to go. And I need to make sure that what I'm doing right now is going to build for what God has already told me to do. So,
but God said that you need to move. Mm-hmm. He didn't say you need to marry. So why is it that you couldn't just move to Houston and then kind of wait and see?
It's more of a fact because, I guess, not to say I know what I want, and after doing that work that I did, our relationship was, I'm not going to say our relationship was easy. We had not say hardship, but we did a lot of things through a distance. Yes. We never really was together for a long period of time, but we was able to do things from a distance. And even I think I said this in the podcast before, I was very open with what I did, who I was with. And even though she wasn't in the same city, I would always tell her what I'm doing, where I was at, and it was like, so for me, that was more of confirmation that this is who God had put in my life for this particular reason, because, how do I say it? Because what I've always looked for was not what my wife was. Mm-hmm. Okay. So to be that she was something different than what I always expected, but at the same time, her characteristics is of who she were is exactly what I always wanted to. So it was like, I guess, what's that phrase? Not say you can't judge a book by its cover. It's like the cover of what I've always wanted was not what
It was a different package.
It was a different package, yeah. So, and that's why I was like, for me, for God keep telling me that I need to go, I need to move to Houston. It's like he's told me I needed to move from New York, but he's never told me I need to go here. You know, and then even just like, you know, I told you I've had locks before, and when I took that very serious for me, and then even God told me I need to cut them because I'm starting. Basically, I always kept my locks for me was a remembrance of where I came from and showing me the growth that I had over that time. So when God told me I need to cut it, it was basically, he told me, it was like, you're starting a new journey, you're starting something fresh, and I'm going to bless you, and I'm going to bless you in that space. So, and even letting her, she was the last one to touch my hair. She cut my hair. So that was just all the confirmations that I needed to say, needed for me to really get up and move. So, did that answer your question? Mm-hmm. Okay. So what about you?
The first question was, how did I know I was ready to get married? I did not. I did not. Not always, but I really didn't believe I would get married. And I always say because I was an independent woman or whatever, but honestly, I feel as though now that I've done some work after being married, I think I was protecting myself from the chances of being hurt to the point, or for people not showing up for me.
Okay.
So that I don't get disappointed or rejected or have to deal with any of those type of feelings, I will never get married.
Gotcha.
That way, I can always, I can date you, and then if things are starting to go crazy, I can cut you off.
Gotcha. Okay.
And there's no big to do about it.
Yeah.
So I never really felt like, oh, I'm ready to get married. Like, oh, where's my Boaz? No, never really had that feeling. Also, too, I just never had that pull, even for a wedding. I never had dreams of what my dress would look like and what the day would even look like. I had no idea because I was not going to get married, and I was fine with that. I don't know if my parents were necessarily fine with it, but they had other kids, so that's what I was like. And they had other kids and already had grandkids. Yeah. So I was like, I felt like I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted to do. So how did I know that I was supposed to marry you? God did not tell me. We were in love.
Both got two. Then you was like, ain't want to get married. God didn't tell me nothing. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just.
Cause people like, oh no, God showed me. Cause I know people who said that God's told them what their husband's name would be. Oh. God's told them that this is the person that they're to marry, and I never felt like that. I felt as though Jay showed his personality, his values were a lot in alignment to my family's, my family values and stuff like that. So that part I was like, okay. I understood that Jay is loyal, and I've learned loyal to a fault sometimes. But he's very loyal. He was very honest, and for me the honest part was just something that I had not dealt with before, because Jay would be honest even in situations where it would not benefit him, being completely honest. And especially because we were long distance, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Also too, I really love the lack of drama. He does not.
I don't fool with that.
Well, he's just not into drama like that, and so he's not going to create a situation where there is drama. And I was coming out of a relationship. Maybe it was kind of a relationship where that's all it was. It was drama, I was like, why? I literally felt like I was in a TV show, like a reality TV show. And I was like, it shouldn't be like this. Yeah. So I just felt like when, if, I should say, not when, if he were to propose, I would say yes, because, like I said, I think all the other things would, worked out. The only thing I was not really prepared for or hadn't really resolved before he proposed, or by the time he proposed, was my ability to stay with one person for like the rest of my life. Like, you're laughing, but I'm serious. Like, and the reason why I say that, because I did not have healthy, I should say this. Okay. I did not have healthy long-term relationships. Okay.
I was trying. I laughed because I was trying to figure out where you're going with this. Like,
I did not have healthy long-term relationships. For real. Like, all of my, I would say extended, not even long-term, extended relationships were complicated.
Okay.
So because of that, that was the one thing I was like, do I even know how to be faithful to one person for the rest of my life?
Okay.
And also too, we hadn't even talked about getting married.
Yeah.
Until you told me you were moving.
Yeah.
And he was like, seriously moving. Because he was like, Jay would always be like, I need to move. Like, I was going to move to the South. And I said, well, the South is in Texas. So those are two totally different things. So I'm like, okay, cool. He can move to the South because I'm from Texas, you know. So it's a Texan thing. Anyway, so when he would mention about moving south, I was just like, okay, whatever, that's great, because New York is a whole different vibe. So when he was seriously talking about moving to Houston. And I said, oh, it's no longer the South, it's Houston. I go, well, I live in Houston. Wait, what's going on? And I had never been like, oh, well, you need to, like, you're going to marry me. Like, this is like a forever thing. I was really just kind of along the relationship, like along for the ride of whatever the relationship would be. But now that you're talking about moving to my city, then I'm like, oh, wait, so is this, like, now we have to have a different conversation.
Yeah.
And so that's when it was like, well, I don't want you to move. I want you to move because the long distance was starting to wear on the relationship a little bit. So being in Houston is great, but I don't want you to think that you can come move in with me and basically get the milk for free.
Yeah, she said that. When she's saying it, I'm laughing to myself because, again, she knows that I already had the ring already. So she was saying this.
Well, because like I said, we hadn't had that conversation. So I didn't want you to think that you coming, because the one thing I didn't want him, because it didn't make sense for him to move to Houston and get an apartment, not knowing Houston, so not even knowing like what side of town he needs to be on. He was working remotely, so the job wasn't a situation. And then because I also too was still traveling for work.
Yeah.
So because of that, because I'm still traveling, it doesn't make sense for him to have an apartment. And he could just stay at my place because we will only like really be together there on the weekends.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want you to think that by you coming and staying with me that I'm putting any pressure on him.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to feel like he had to have pressure. Like, oh, well, now I have to propose, come live in her house, kind of thing. And I was like, we weren't there. I felt like we weren't there yet. I wasn't there yet, I should say. Yeah. So anyway, so we did have the conversation, and I was like, you're free to stay with me, but it was like for what I said, 3 or 6 months.
6 months.
For 6 months, after that, not saying you have to propose or do anything, but after 6 months, you should know Houston well enough to know at least what part of town you want to get an apartment in, and then we can move there. That would be our next step.
Yeah.
But never once did I think like, oh, he's going to propose.
Yeah.
Especially because then when he came and he met my family, I was like, I don't think he's gonna propose. If you know, you know. So, so I was just like, honestly, it was just like, it's gonna be cool for us to just be in the same city.
Okay.
And then when you did propose, honestly, the way you treated me the day you proposed, I should have said no. But because I was so emotional and so caught off guard, I said yes.
Oh, so you're saying you don't
I should have said no to spite you. Yes. Yes.
So I'll just say this real quick. So I had this elaborate proposal to do. And
I think we talked about it, didn't you?
I don't remember. I'll go real short. So basically, it's 2 weeks before I was set to do the proposal. The client that she was on was over, so she came home. Mind you, I had put in place I had a schedule where I was supposed to meet with her family, meet with her mom and dad, have dinner with them, because I want to, like I said, I want to ask for her hand in marriage to her. Even getting the place set up, because I had the place. It was just, I had a specific plan of how I wanted the day to go. So to do this when somebody is home, that really, again, this is somebody my wife is somebody who loves to celebrate your born day and to do it up real good. But to do it when this person is home and I'm putting these plans in, it's like, I had to lie because I couldn't tell her what I was doing. Like I couldn't tell her, because like I said, I had a whole full day of spa for her to do. Then I had her family coming over that she didn't even know. Like I had planned to have her family to come to the house after the fact, to be there when we got back from, her spa day, to even go to her spa day and surprise her and be there. Like I was working with the owner of the spa to make sure, like he called me each time she was going through each one of her sessions, treatments, whatever you want to call it. So he was giving me the time so I know when I can go, because I told him, I was like, I don't want to rush it. I want her to really just be, not even suspect to just have a day where she's just getting pampered, but she doesn't expect anything. So he was kind of filling me in. So I knew exactly, it took me 12 minutes to get to the place from where we was living. So I had everything planned, but when she's home, I couldn't do it. I couldn't, like okay guys, if I was on the phone and say, oh, I gotta take this call and walk away and be secretive, you think she's gonna be like, who is he secret? Like,
oh no, I would definitely be like, who are you talking to?
So I had to lie, and when I mean I had to lie, I had to really lie. I was just lying out my teeth, and even the day of her birthday, like I had to throw her off, and the only way I could throw her off is to make it seem like I did not care about her birthday.
He was a jerk.
I was because again, it threw me because I had put all this stuff planned. So when she's like, she came home and then she's like, oh yeah, I'm done. So I'll be here for a little while. I was like,
yeah,
huh? So it was like, and then in my head, I'm like, okay, I got this plan. Like I had a calendar of things I had to do. I was like, okay, so how do I do this? Because I was working from remotely home. So I can, when she was traveling Monday through Thursday, I had all the time to do what I needed to do, but now that she's home, it's like, so I had, like I said, had to figure out, I'd just be a jerk. And that was my only recourse, I guess, to actually throw her off. And then, like I said, so it all paid off in the end, so.
So I should have just said no to spite him. But I said yes. And so we got married.
Yeah.
I guess, what is something that we often hear that couples are hoping to find within a marriage? Like, oh, if we get married,
Someone to complete them.
Okay.
But that's what people that's what people. I want somebody that's gonna complete me.
Okay. Indians? I know we've talked about that before. That's why I was
Oh, okay.
kind of skirting past that.
Yeah. Like that ride. Has someone have a ride or die.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good one when people ride or die. But they... also another thing, I feel like they expect it to be easy.
Oh, yeah. That's another one, because
it's like, oh, well, we didn't have any major issues while we were dating, so it's going to be easy when we get married. It's going to be the same. It's going to be more of the same.
And that, again, and like I say, for my friends who got married, and they've been with somebody for a few years before I've always told them, listen, dude, just cause y'all was together beforehand, I was like, when you get married, it changes. And they're like, nah, it's gonna be the same. No, it's different. I was like, it's different. Just even though you may have been living with that person, it's different. Mm-hmm. It's different. And again, like I said, some of them still feel, oh, it's the same, but it's like, for me, again, maybe for others it doesn't, but for me it's different. It's a different, for me as a husband, it's a different responsibility. Yep. Because now, I have to be a covering for my wife and my family now. Before it was just, we was together. Yeah, I covered her, but it's different, when we make that covenant with God, it's different. Because now God's gonna come to me if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So.
And also, when you get married, it's not an easy out. When you're dating.
Oh yeah.
It's out. Hey,
like,
you know what? This ain't working.
I'm out.
Yeah. And it's literally leaving, because more than likely, even if you're living together, you didn't buy that house together. Yeah, you might be on the lease. You might both be on a lease together, but one can break it. Like that's breakable.
Yeah.
Mortgages, it's not. That's a whole beast that nobody wants to deal with.
You could break a mortgage. Just
that's called foreclosure.
I know.
but it would significantly negatively impact each person going and coming out of that.
Correct.
So that's why most people, they don't get a mortgage together unless they're married.
True.
Because of how difficult it will be if they decide to break up.
Yeah.
But it's so much easier when you're dating and things aren't working out, or you feel like they're not upholding their end of the bargain. Mm-hmm. You know what? I don't have to take this. I'm out.
Yeah.
When you're married, it's not that easy. And it's like your commitment is different, because your commitment is now for the rest of your life. A lot of people don't look at marriage like that.
When you're dating somebody, you don't look at a life. It's not a commitment. It's just what have you done for me lately? That's
exactly.
So it's like that's
that's like, what have you done lately? It's all like, when you're like dating, you're trying to see if this person is going to show up for me like I want them to show up.
Okay.
When you're married, so of course when you're dating, to finish that thought, so when you're dating, of course they're going to show up for you because they want to be with you. They are trying to get you.
Trying to woo you.
Then you're married. There's nothing.
You still got to woo.
But most people don't think they do. They're like, oh, no, I got her.
You still got to
I got him.
Still got to do it, yeah. But
it's cool. Work is done.
Yeah.
But that's when the work starts.
Yep.
Because this is literally this person you're going to be with for the rest of your life. And I find it very funny or ironic that women be like, oh, he this dude, he's good. There's a couple of things that I'm gonna have to change. But other than that, he's good. So if he proposed to me, or if he asked me to marry him, I'm gonna say yes. And then they get into marriage, and then they try to change him, and realize that one, either if the guy does change, they're only changing because they have been nagging them to, and it's not gonna stick because it's not something that they've done internally for themselves.
Correct.
Or if they can't change him at all, and then they don't understand why. But not realizing that if you're trying to change someone, that people just naturally change. Everybody grows and matures and changes. That's just how life is. But as that person's doing it, so are you. So don't get mad at him when he trying to get some things to change in you.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like. And they're like, he ain't the same, man. Well, no, you thought you could come in and that you were his savior and that you had that kind of control. We don't have control. Listen, I love my husband, and there are things that I wish he would do differently. But I can't change those things for him. I can only share with him the things that are concerning to me and the heart behind why I would like him to change those things. But then he has taken it upon himself to say, you know what? I see where she's coming from. I will work on that. Mm-hmm. And he will have to change it himself.
Correct.
Or he can be like,
nah,
that's minor. Get over it. Or you got to deal with it. Because one thing we teach our kids, and it's true, we cannot control other people.
We can only control ourselves.
We can only control ourselves and how we react.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't come into a marriage thinking that you're going to change somebody and then that's going to be, that this is how it's going to work. No.
Doesn't happen. Or you're so focused on doing that, you're going to drive each other apart.
Yes, because if you're nagging, then it's going to be like, I'm out.
So
now that we're married, I guess, do you...
Okay.
We didn't talk about this, but I'm hoping that this is a safe question to ask in front of the peoples. Okay. So now that we are married, and we've been married, it will be 14 years in December.
Okay.
Do you think that getting married was a good idea?
Yes. I do.
For you. Not for us, just for you.
Yes.
Do you think that was a good decision?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good decision. It was, because like I've told my friends, I was like, the biggest blessing in my life has been you when I met you, because I've changed. Prior to that, I was different. So when meeting you, that's when kind of my life has changed, and that's where the switch not say the switch, but where I've changed a lot. I've grown, and even like, my close friends that the Pac-10, the guys that I grew up with, they see it, and they've said it to me multiple times. It's like, that's what I want. I want that type of relationship that you guys have, because, one, they've seen the work that I've done. So they don't, it's not like they just, they just see the change. They just saw, this is how Jay is now. No, they've known me before that, and they've seen me through the whole change. So, what about you?
So, do I think getting married was a good idea?
Mm-hmm.
It has been. It has changed me for real. Mm-hmm. I like, if 14 years ago, if you would have said that this is the Rashonda, this will be who you are, I would be like, you crazy. But that's why it was so weird, God has plans for us.
Yeah.
That we have no idea, because He can see the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
So if I would have seen the big picture back then, I probably would have said no. like, because of
The independent.
in order to well independence, but in order for me to change and go through the things to become this person, if I would have known ahead of time, I probably would have said no.
Interesting. Okay.
Just because some of those events were extremely painful, and because that was one of the things that I was trying to prevent. Try to shelter myself from the pain, from rejection, from that. So that part I would have said no.
Gotcha.
But it's truly a blessing to see where we've come, how we've been able to navigate those changes, the constant transitions that we're in, like how we're able to just, I feel like we've been doing it fairly well.
Yeah, but
of course, it's only because of God. But
it's like it's not gonna be perfect.
And then to still be respectful of each other and still have that love.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we have true agape love. Because sometimes, some days, I'm not in love with you, and I feel like that's vice versa too. It goes both ways. But I love you. So I feel like we have the agape love, like, because we're able to have a love for each other that goes beyond our feelings.
Correct. Yeah.
And so my marriage advance tip is to know that you need to have that type of love. Like, you need to have agape love before saying I do. Don't just say I do for your current situation. Say I do to the future and how you guys will change over time, and still being willing to be in the fight together through it all.
That's good. Okay. So, as always, if you guys have any topics you want us to discuss, DM us, send us a message. We'll definitely add it to the calendar. And then, again, share this, and follow and subscribe. And then, I guess, until next week, peace.